Alright, as you can see, it is sitting on the ground in the rear. That's why you're going to need a flatbed with a winch. The quarter windows are out of it, but both of them are there. Inside you can see it's rusted out under the back seat. You can see the ground underneath it. You can see it's definitely in rough shape. The seats for sure would need to be replaced if you're going to do something like that with it. These floors, I would definitely say, are about gone. I do have the gauges that came with it. They're in bad shape. I took them out. I didn't know if I wanted to keep them or not. At some point somebody put some shag carpet in it. But that's all done. All done for. It's got a ripped up headliner. All the glass is here, except for the front windshield. It is cracked and it's just sitting here. I just laid it there to keep the rain out of it. The front wheels, of course, aren't holding any air. It's going to need some tires. The nose is, I would say, okay shape. I mean, it's got that nasty rust hole right there. But most of these cars, when you see them, the nose is all dented in and screwed. That bumper has some salvageable pieces, I think. If you've messed with Karmann ghias, you know that you definitely want to salvage everything you can with bumpers. You see the grills are there. It does have the hood ornament. I mean, the body's not ripped up too bad. The roof, you know, sand and paint, of course. Smooth it out. It's not in bad shape. Just from the passenger side. The rear glass is in good shape. That was one of the reasons I bought this car, but I can't really keep it as a spare because mine's a 70 and this is a 62. Walk around this way, open the hood up. The hood's not bolted on, it's just sitting here. It's got a nice rear gas tank in it. It's in pretty good shape. I haven't tried to test it for leaks, but picking it up, it's not bolted in there. It does not look bad on the bottom side. You can see there's the other quarter window. The other one's inside of the car. There's one of the wheels. There are only 3 rims. There's not much electric going on in here, electrical work. And it's a 6-volt car. But as any Volkswagen person knows, you can always change it over to 12 volt, which is, I would say, recommended. It does have these the original glass low light turn signals in it. The trunk area, as you can see from the pictures, you know, this side is all still intact. It does have a hole right there. This was another reason I bought this car. I needed the battery tray for my car. My 70 was different, but I had a good welder make it work, so it's cut. I cut it, as you can see, I cut all around here, and I cut underneath, and then I cut it here, across here, and see, this was all, it came down here, and it's all, you know, that's where the battery tray was. You can see about how high it was from this side. I mean, if somebody knows what they're doing, they could fabricate something, or you could buy another, you know, you rip it off another car like everybody else does. It has a transmission. I really have not been underneath this car because it's been sitting on the ground since I got it. I bought it, had it dropped off right here, and I've picked the parts I wanted and leaving the rest for the next guy. If it doesn't sell, you know, within 2 weeks or so, I'm going to strip this car down to nothing and have it crushed. I mean, that's sad, but I hate seeing them crushed. That's why I'll strip it down to nothing. I'll cut the roof off. I'll take all the glass out of it. So it's basically, you know, it's a score deal. It's a 62. A couple more things I have for sale. I have this 76 MG midget. This car, if you're interested in this car, you're gonna have to just give me a call. There is too much to talk about with it. I've done a ton of work on this car. I've put a custom side exhaust on it. But that's it for those two. And you'll see my other listing for the 2002 Ford F150. Which is a really good deal for $2,500. It is missing that, or not missing, it is does have a bummed up fender, turn signal. But I can get both of those parts combined for $100. It's a $60 fender and a $40 turn signal housing. This truck's in really good shape. It's got low miles on it. At least for a truck, it's got 128,000, which is pretty good in my opinion. It's the lowest mileage car that I own besides my Volkswagen. A good bed liner in it. The inside's in pretty decent shape. The door panels aren't all ripped up. It does have tinted windows. The only thing wrong with this interior, I would say, is a little hole here. It's got the, I don't know if it'll focus. Got the classic plastic flooring in it. The 5-speed. Probably hard to tell. I've cleaned it up a little bit. When you start this car, there are no, there's no check engine light, nothing like that. It does have a aftermarket stereo in it, CD player. The headliner's not all torn up. I know some of this video is blurry, but I'm doing this on a digital camera, so can't expect too much. All the glass in this car is intact. And I got a couple of things back here, but really not much to show behind the seat. But like I say, 128,000 miles. Pop the hood on it. new battery terminals on it, but I am gonna say that whoever buys it should put a battery in it. This battery's kind of weak. Whenever I drive it, I usually don't throw the charger on it to get it fired up. But it's a good running truck. You can't beat it for the price. In here a little bit, I did change the oil on it. It has a new fuel pump with screen. And the oil is so clean, you can barely see it on the stick. I mean, it is clean. And it's cool. I've only driven this truck about 100 miles. 40 on the highway, about 60 in town, and I've owned it for about a month. Bought it from somebody who needed some money, and I knew I could make some money. It didn't run for about a year. It's sitting in their driveway because it needed the fuel pump. I put the fuel pump on it. Shop wanted $500, so I did it myself. It was a quite an extensive job. Tires are in pretty decent shape. The rims aren't all beat up. It does have a pretty good spare under it. Like I say, the bed liner's in good shape. It's not beat up. But if you want to know anything else about it, just give me a call. And the tailgate does shut. Alright, thanks for looking. Oh, I do want to mention one more thing. It does have this. Somebody rubbed something with it, but it's a work truck.